Nice weather is really, really overrated when you got some poker to play. We found a spot that'll let us film at the tables, thank the Lord. Although these tournaments do not run often, so we got to make use of it. We're here at 300 Bowl, the tournament format. It's looking pretty decent. It's looking okay. We just got to hope there's enough people that join. Let's just hit the felt. Look at this beautiful angle, guys. We start with 20,000 chips. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the action. We are in the cutoff with ace-10 of diamonds. Under the gun is going to limp to us. We're going to raise it up to 400. Everyone else is going to fold. Kind of crazy this early on in the tournament. But the under the gun is also going to call our raise. He's he's pretty weird about my camera. He's kind of talking under his breath. A little bit of shit talk, whatever. Flop comes king, 8, 9, rainbow. King, good for a range. A lot of great turn cards as well. He's going to check it over to us. We're going to c-bet for 400, and he's going to fold. So pretty simple first hand. We are once again given ace-10, this time unsuited. I bump it up to 400, and I get 4 callers, so getting a little bit disrespected here. We go to a flop of 10 high, two-tone, 10-9, 3. I decide to continue bet for 1,600. That gets rid of 2 people, but I also get 2 callers, the under the gun in a later position. So we're going in the middle here to a turn. Turn is a non-conceding 2, which I think I should be betting on. I don't, though. I check through the turn, and behind me also checks. I think I could be betting here for value, honestly, just because there's a flush draw out there, but I did check in game, unfortunately. The river is a 6, non-conceding as well, so when the small blind bets out for 2,300, which is like 25% pot, I see no reason why I shouldn't just call this, and if I get raised behind from the later position, then I'll just end up folding. But top is pretty strong here. I put in the call. Behind me folds, and the under the gun has 6-5. So river to pair. Tried to get sneaky with it. Well, I wasn't having any of that, and we'll take down a pretty big pot for this early on. We're now like a couple of levels later, 200, 400 blinds. I have 25K in my stack. The under the gun is going to raise to 1,000, and it's going to fold to me in the cutoff with ace-jack offsuit. And yeah, this is a mandatory 3-bet, but I'm thinking in like online scenarios where, this is sometimes a flat, like you mix that in. In this tournament, this should never be a flat, and I make the mistake of just calling, which I do not like now looking back. And that allows the big blind in. So we're going 3 ways to a flop of 4-7 ace with 2 clubs. So we hit top pair, but now both check over to me, and I am forced to bet just because of 2 clubs, and I do bet, and I bet way too big. So I bet 2,500 into a pot of like 3,300, which they both fold, and I do scoop in the pot, but I do think this was a opportunity to make a lot more. We're at the first break, 26,000 chips, so about 6,000 ahead of starting stack. I mean, we really haven't played that many big hands, but it's weird to have the camera at the table. The dynamic feels a lot different. People keep like talking about it, and I don't know, I feel weird with it. I wish it was a little bit more like hidden, but it's not. I'm gonna have to get used to that. There's literally only like 29 people, so there's 3 tables, I think, and yeah, this shit, who knows what could happen. But I will see you at the felt. It is so much better than the last time. So let's get back to the table. We are on to level 5. I think it's gonna be 400, 800. Yeah, let's do it. Come on, cuz. Now back at the table, and yes, guys, this is going to be crazy, okay? So that last hand I showed you, right, the ace-jack offsuit, that was at 745, okay? This next hand, this is the next hand that I actually have to show you that has anything interesting, was at 9:05. That is an hour and 15 minutes later before we actually pick something up worthy of showing, and it is 1K, 2K big blinds. We are dealt 3-3. And we're just jamming this with 8 bigs. We have 16K in our stack. We're in the middle position. We jam. Everyone folds, so we pull in the pot. This was a huge hand because just seeing chips come in, like, that's massive. That was massive for me at this point. And just a couple minutes later, we see damn near the nuts. It's ace-8 offsuit in the big blind. I'm actually very happy with this. I know I'm probably just going to be shoving here, but I get even more excited when 4 players limp to me, and I'm in the big blind, and I just Give me that shit. I shove. You know, there's a little bit of hesitation, and even the small blind, as you hear. Yeah, buddy, maybe it would have been fun, but let those cards go. He folds, and we take in a nice little pot. That's another big pot for me at this moment because I needed anything I could get. And we are now at the 1K, 2K final hand before the break, and we have ace-3 of diamonds from the button. And when 3 players limp to me, you know, I don't love a raise here. Like, someone's calling me, and they could have, like, a better ace or maybe, like, a pocket pair. And I just think we can go flush mining. We can just see a flop first. If an ace comes, an ace comes. I limp. Big blind and small blind also limp. So we're going 6 ways to this flop. And let's just boom. Ace-3, 9. We flop 2 pair. There is 2 spades out there. And we're loving life, and especially loving life when the big blind leads out for 10K, which is, I have 22K in my stack at this point. There's no brainer here. We are shipping this in. We are jamming all in, and big blind takes his time a little bit. He thinks about his options. He ends up calling, though, with ace-6 offsuit, so we got the best of him with the ace-3. We end up holding. Like, you got to trust me. I know I'm a dumbass when it comes to recording the table.
Hey, I'm a fucking word within that ref! Hey!
But this is a really nice double up before the break, much needed to say the least. And now we can chill on our 10-minute break before we go to 2K, 4K. All right, there's a shit ton of bugs out here, but as you saw in that last hand, man, we are up to 66K, 56K, 66K. Huge hand right there, right? Limping on the button there is really interesting. Especially suited. Yeah, you can squeeze sometimes, but you're going to get called by better with like a low ace, I think, a lot of the time. So I just limped and played my hand. Safe to say it worked out, obviously. So now we're like kind of back in it. I'm not even trolling. Other than the 3s. Actually, okay, I'll tell you the 2 hands. I had 8-7 suited. It like limped to me and I tried to squeeze. Like I tried to get different. And that's where I got fucked. Big blind jammed on me when I tried to squeeze with 8-7 suited. Got fucked there. And then also 9s, like tried squeezing. Got called. Just keep playing. We'll be good. We are now back from our lovely break. 2K, 4K blinds, and the first hand we see is ace-5 of hearts. So we're looking pretty good at this point. We raise it up to 8K, and when it folds back to the big blind, he's got some words for me.
Not that easy. Wasn't good either.
All right, man. He thinks he's big broing me right now. I promise I'm not bullying the table, man. I got a real hand. And when the flop comes, ace, deuce, 2-tone with 1 heart. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, and he checks it over to me. I probably should bet, I guess, but I try and get tricky. I check back with my top pair. The turn comes the Jack of Hearts, which is a great card because he could have a lot of jacks. I now turn the flush draw, and he checks again, though. I bet out 10K, and he pretty quickly folds, so... Yeah, man, I promise I wasn't bullying you, bro. I was just trying to get value for my hands. I mean, come on. We do move tables. We get a pretty nice seat, actually, with a nice camera angle. But 3 minutes later, it doesn't matter because we hit the final table, the final 9, which is pretty damn electric. And because of that, we redraw. We're back at seat 1. And the blind now jumps to 3K, 6K, which it's hurting the stack, man. When you go 15 minutes without a hand, I just become small. Pause.
Hey, yo,
but we're at 37K, and we peel Jack 10 of spades, which on the button, it's a pretty damn good hand, and it folds back to me, and I would like everyone to comment, what would you guys do? Comment it right now before you see what I do, because I'm really interested to see what everyone else would do. I decide to raise. I raise to 12K. I do not jam. I do not call. I do not fold. I think you have to play this hand. I also don't like putting my tournament life on the line with Jack 10 suited. But I also don't know if I loved it at the time. I remember in the moment I wasn't really in love with just raising. And that gets shut down very, very quickly when the small blind, 5 seconds later, just jams in my face. Big blind folds, and on the button, I do think about it because I do think I'm alive sometimes with Jack 10, especially with his like overs or like pocket pairs. I do end up folding, though, because it would have been for my tournament life, and I was not trying to go out like that on a very, very hero-y call. So after that hand, it's like 2 rotations later, I'm in the small blind with 17K in the stack, and we peel Queen Jack of Diamonds. That's the nuts. 2 early position players, they limp. I'm just jamming, like, get me in there. Those 2 guys end up calling, so we're going 3 ways to a flop. Those 2 still have action. Flop is beat, bro. It is terrible. I mean... Come on, man. At least we have the diamond back door. But then the under the gun bets 20K. And the other dude calls. I just know I'm chopped at this point. Like, I throw my hands up. I'm like, bro, all right, it's over. The turn is very interesting, though, guys. It's a diamond, okay? It's another diamond. So now we have the flush draw. Now the under the gun bets out 100K. Yeah, I had 17K in my stack. The other dude's like pissed. He's like, whatever. He folds. He has a pair of 9s. But we have the 2 overs. We have the flush draw. We are alive. Give me that. Are you shitting me with the king of diamonds? Runner flush. Are you kidding me right now? And after that triple up, we were able to hold on for 3 more players to get eliminated. And we were in the final 4. We made it to the money. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you saw it. We cashed. Honestly, kind of crazy that we cashed back-to-back tournaments like this. But I think we played pretty well. Obviously, with these tournaments, there's a lot of just like jamming. So we just kind of got there and let everyone else get busted. So literally my camera just died, so we grabbed a new battery. But yeah, we literally have like 2 big blinds. We'll see if we can spin to the next pay jump. But honestly, making it to this point is good enough. Like, only top 4 of 40, so 10%. So we made it this far. We cashed. We'll see if we can spin. If not, still a great performance. And yeah, let's get back to the felt. We now have King 5 offsuit, and we are all in for our tournament life with 2 other players in the pot. So another opportunity to triple up. When the ace comes, I'm just dead. And now this guy bets out on the turn. I'm chopped at this point. And I'm expecting him to just have an ace, but no. Flush! I was surprised. I was dead on the turn, and that'll conclude our tournament.
Place coming up.
All right, as we walk out, we pick up 4th place. You know, it's not about the money really when you come to these places. I guess it kind of is, but it's more about playing good poker. You know, making it as far as possible. Obviously, you want to win those, but I really didn't play any real poker that entire time. So I'm pretty happy, honestly, to walk away with a win. And I'm happy to just be filming on the felt. Honestly, that's the coolest part for me. And yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. We are out.